Hey, Silva. Where are my snacks to go with the beer? And the beer isn't cold as well. Didn't I tell you to put the beer I bought yesterday in the fridge as soon as possible?
Oh, hello, Franz. You're already home? Sorry, I was intending on putting the beer in the refrigerator when I got home.
What? What do you mean you're already home? Can't I return to my own home? Isn't it the wife's job to welcome the husband who's tired from a day of work with perfect preparation? I should have everything I want. Where the hell did you get off to anyways?
But you always come home after 5 o'clock, but it's still 4:26 right now. I thought I had an hour left until you got back, which is why I decided to buy some stuff at the supermarket.
What?
I make my schedule for the day assuming that you're going to go home after 5. If you're going to leave the office early, you have to tell me about it. Otherwise, I won't be able to do the preparations in time.
What? Is it still 4:26?
Yeah, it is. Why?
Damn it.
What's the matter?
I went home an hour earlier than I was supposed to. Thought it was already 5 o'clock.
So are you going to go back to the office, or are you going to come home?
I'm going to return to the office.
All right, take care then. Hi, Franz. I'm going to go visit my parents' house tonight.
Huh? Why? Did something happen?
I just got a text saying that my mom sprained her ankle earlier, so I want to check in on her.
What? But isn't your dad with her? And your younger brother who's still in university as well. Can't they take care of her? Why do you have to go when they're already there?
Even if they are family, there are some things that only a fellow woman can help out with, which is why I want to check in on her.
That's impossible.
What?
Silva, you're my wife, you know that? I'm more important than your parents as your husband. The thing you have to prioritize above everything else is me and the things around me.
Yes, but I intend on making dinner and getting the bath ready before I leave, so it shouldn't be a problem for you.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm telling you to stay in the house no matter what.
What? Why? But I just said that I already did all the housework I had to do for the day.
I already told you that's not the problem. As my wife, you have to be there to welcome me home after I come home from work. If you're not there once I get home, I won't forgive you for it, all right?
Sorry, Mom. I think me coming home tonight is going to be impossible. My husband Franz says that I can't leave the house. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm fine. All that happened is that I sprained my ankle, and Dad is going to do the housework for me, so... But still, aren't there some things that only I can help with and not Dad and Rousseau? I still don't know what's going to be a problem and what's not now that I can't walk properly. It's all right if you don't come tonight. Just come home when I know for sure what I need your help with. All right. Things aren't going well with your husband, Franz, are they? Huh? What makes you think that? I can tell by your tone that you had some sort of fight with him, didn't you? And it's probably not the first time something like this has happened, right? I know it's a bit rude to say such things to someone who's now my child by law, but that person believes that not being able to do any housework is some sort of a sign of masculine superiority, doesn't he? I suppose he's one of those old-fashioned men who believes that the wife should do everything she can to serve her husband. You get that too? Yes. It's not like I haven't met him before, Sylvia, and I could see it in how he acted since the moment I set eyes on him. I decided to be forgiving and give the two of you my blessing for the marriage, but now I see that might not have been the best decision. It's all right if you could figure something out with him by talking to him, but if he's so stubborn that still doesn't work, then you'll need to decide what to do about your own future. I guess you're right. I'll try and talk to him, Mother, and if that doesn't work, then... Hello, Mother. Can you talk right now? What is it, Sylvia? I want to talk to you about Franz. He was cheating on me all this time. To think that he was always so proud, telling me how I needed to serve him as a wife, but in reality, he was really just a swine. What? I'm so sorry to hear that, Sylvia. This must be hard for you. To be honest, I was shocked when I heard about it at first, but Then I realized that this might actually have been good luck, because divorcing him now will be much easier. You see, one of my friends is Franz's colleague at work, and she told me that he's been making approaches on a young female employee at the office. That asshole Franz. I realize now that he married me just so I could do the housework for him, and that marrying him was a terrible decision. Not just that, but he even calls me a good-for-nothing housewife who can't do anything and is still reliant on her parents. He even says that the food I make tastes bad, the baths I prepare for him are dirty, and that the house is a dumpster because I don't clean it. Apparently he told this female employee about me, and she said to him, "I pity you, Franz. I'm really good at housework, so I would make a great wife." And that's how they started going out. It seems. Wow, I just have no words. I knew he was that kind of husband, but I didn't know that he had absolutely zero respect for you. I'm going to start gathering evidence from now, but I intend on divorcing him as soon as possible. I understand. I think that's the best option as well. I'll tell Dad about your situation, so just tell us if you need any help, all right? Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Silva, are you seriously not home again? It looks like you haven't been doing the housework recently as well. I had hoped that as my wife you would feel a bit more responsibility, but it can't be helped. I'm going to use my final weapon. I'm going to put the divorce papers on the table. I'll be kind enough to sleep somewhere else tonight, so make sure you use that time to reflect on your mistakes. I'm going to decide whether I'm going to cancel this divorce or not when I get home from work tomorrow and see your attitude towards me. So you better think about what you did wrong, okay? If you don't want to get divorced, then make sure everything's perfect. I don't want there to be a single speck of dust in this house. I want the bath you prepare for me to be crystal clear, and I want you to make those meat and potatoes for me for dinner. Oh, and make sure the beer is cold this time. Silva, hey, did you prepare my dinner yet? Come home right now and make me dinner. What the fuck? You didn't even do the laundry? I'm not going to have anything to wear to work tomorrow if you don't do the laundry right now, Silva. Answer my texts. Where the hell did you even go off to? Don't tell me that you went against my orders and went to your parents' house, did you? I told you that I wouldn't forgive you if you did, didn't I? Well, it's like you haven't been listening to a word I say these past few days.
Hello, Franz. I'm not going to tell you where I am right now. I noticed that I was getting a ton of notifications. What the hell is this supposed to be?
What do you mean, what is this supposed to be? I thought that you would be a bit more sorry for your own actions yesterday. But this is how you greet me? What the hell are you thinking not being home when I come home from work, Silva? I told you over and over that it's your job as my wife to welcome me home and have everything ready for me after a tiring day of work. I had overtime today, so you should have had plenty of time to prepare your welcome for me when I got home. But you haven't done a thing. What in the world is the meaning of this? Do you want to get divorced with me that badly?
Oh, if it's a divorce you're talking about, I already turned in those divorce papers of yours to the city hall.
What? You turned them in? Wait, that's not what I thought would happen.
Yes, I turned them in. I know it was probably just a coincidence, but you gave me those divorce papers at a really good time. You saved me from doing a lot of work myself. I'll thank you for that at least. Thank you for preparing those divorce papers.
What? What in the world are you talking about? Coincidence? Good timing. It's almost as if you were planning on divorcing me from the start.
Yes, I was, actually. I've been preparing the things I need to get divorced with you for about a month now.
Why?
I mean, the only reason you married me was because you wanted me to do the housework for you. But I turned out to be a terrible maid, right? I'm still relying on my parents and just lay around doing nothing all day.
What? Where did you get that?
The food I make tastes bad, the baths I prepare for you are dirty, and the house is a dumpster because I don't clean it properly.
What? How do you...
I told you already that one of my friends is a colleague of yours at work, right? I heard about everything from her.
Could it be that...
That I also know that you're cheating on me?
So you do know about it then? Shit. I completely forgot that one of your friends was my colleague. Should have been more careful.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about how you messed up or whatever. A lawyer is going to come and see you tomorrow.
A lawyer? You prepared even that? Don't you think that hiring a lawyer is a bit of an over-exaggeration?
By the way, this other woman you were cheating on me with, Martina, was captured by her parents, who came all the way here from the province. They're going to make sure that Martina doesn't try and run away before she pays me an alimony.
Seriously? You're gonna make us pay you for an alimony? What the fuck, Silva? You don't have the right!
Actually, the law says that I do have the right. I think the two of you aren't going to have your contracts renewed at the dispatch company and are going to lose your jobs soon. But I have zero intention of being lenient, so I'm not going to let you two go without paying me first. You can do whatever you want after that, but it won't be my problem anymore.
Wait, hold on, Silva. I think you should think about this a bit more carefully. If you divorce me, then surely you wouldn't be able to support yourself anymore since you're just a housewife with a part-time job. All you have to do is forget all this ever happened and do what I say, like you always did. Just take care of things around the house and you won't have to worry about money. Stop with these strange ideas of yours and let's go back to how things were, shall we?
Whoever gave you that idea? I mean, you only earn 2,000 euros a month in the first place, which is just barely more than the salary I get paid every month working as a part-time worker. Oh, and not only that, but I'm going to become a full-time employee in the near future.
What? But you're just a housewife with no skills to speak of. How in the world were you offered a job as a part-time employee?
Who told you that I don't have any skills to speak of, Franz? That's just what you told yourself to make yourself feel better, isn't it? I told the store owner that I was preparing a divorce, and he told me that I could become a full-time employee if I wanted. He said he wanted to bring me the offer earlier, but he had heard that my husband was the kind of person that would get mad if his wife wasn't home when he was. So he thought that letting me be a part-time worker that has more freedom with shifts than a full-time worker would be more convenient for me. So don't worry about me once we get divorced, because I'm going to be able to support myself just fine.
Oh, is that so?
We got off topic, but yeah, I'm going to divorce you. Just listen to what the lawyer tells you and pay what you have to pay and we'll be done.
Damn it. Fine. If that's what you want, then let's get divorced. I promise I'm going to find happiness with Martina, who's a lot younger than you in the first place. Not only does she say that she's great at doing housework, but she also earns more than you as a dispatch worker. Meaning that she's better than you in every way possible. Silva, I changed my mind. We're not getting divorced. You see, Martina moved in with me right after you left, but it seems she's terrible at doing housework. She doesn't clean the house and she doesn't iron the clothes after doing the laundry, so I have to go to work with my clothes full of wrinkles. Even her cooking is worse than yours. Eating it makes me want to vomit. But for some reason, she makes each dish with complete confidence, and if I don't eat everything, she gets furious. She even threw a knife at me once. I can't take this anymore. Not only that, I don't have any more money because I had to pay you that alimony. But for some reason, she keeps buying expensive ingredients when she cooks. It's been decided that I'm going to be relocated to customer service from next month, and my salary is going to become smaller. At this rate, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pay the bills for my credit card next month. But Martina quit her job at the dispatch company and says she's going to be a housewife from now on and refuses to work. Now that I think of it, I now realize that the food you made was delicious. Yup, I definitely want you more than her. Well, that's the situation, so could you please just come back? Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. I want to eat your meat and potatoes when you come back. Just prepare the food, the bath, and the beer for when I get home from work, just like you always used to do. Oh, and it's fine if you kick Martina out. Actually, I'd be thankful if you did. Alright, see you tomorrow then. Reply to these texts as soon as you see them, alright? Hey Silva, why haven't you come home yet? I told you that I was canceling the divorce, didn't I? Martina is still here as well. I told you to kick her out, didn't I? Jesus, the house smells like burnt food. Damn it, do I have to eat that dark matter food again?
To be honest, I was confused as to why he thought that I would just come back after I had divorced him. By the way, it seems that Franz and Martina got married the day after me and Franz got divorced. According to my friend, who's also a colleague of Franz's, Martina is a dark-type mentality, unstable berserker. As soon as I heard that she threw a knife at Franz when he refused to eat her food, I realized that this description of hers was incredibly accurate. After Franz sent me those texts, it seems that Martina found out how Franz wanted to get back together with me, and so she started screaming and chasing Franz around with a frying pan. The neighbors called the police on them, but obviously this wasn't enough to scare Martina. Franz, who always talked about how the wife was meant to serve the husband, now spends every day under constant fear as to what his new wife might do to him. Not to mention being made to eat her famous dark matter food.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Shauna, what's wrong with you? Our plane is about to leave. We're going on our honeymoon. Why did you get back in the car and drive off?
I don't think you have time to be making any phone calls right now. Don't you have to make your flight? You better hurry.
You know that's not the problem. What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? I'd like to ask you the same question. What are you thinking?
What do you mean?
When we got to the airport, I was so excited to go on our first ever vacation as husband and wife. Just the two of us enjoying the sights, relaxing in the hotel, doing everything we've talked about for the last few months we've been planning it. But then when we got to the airport, your mother was waiting for us, suitcase in hand, and dressed like a cliched depiction of an old tourist. And you weren't surprised in the least to see her. You just said, "This is gonna be great, Shauna. Just you, me, and my mom." So I repeat, what are you thinking?
What's your problem? Mom said she wanted to go, so...
Don't you think it's slightly unusual for a new husband to bring his mother along on his honeymoon? If you want to go on a trip with her, that's fine. I think that would be nice to plan a family vacation together with her. But why, Cody? Why, oh why does she have to come along with us on our honeymoon?
Well, Mom said she wanted to go, and...
Do you have anything else to say for yourself other than things your mom said? Whatever, I hope you enjoy your time with your dear mother on this vacation.
But...
Who knows, maybe you can start a trend of going on honeymoons with your mother. We'll have to give it a trendy abbreviation. How about Honey Mom? That has a nice ring to it.
But, Shauna...
Bye, Cody. Hey, Ellie. About our plan to meet up in the hotel lobby tomorrow, I'm really sorry, but plans have changed. Aw, really? I was really looking forward to seeing you. We haven't seen each other for, 3 years now? That's way too long. What happened, Shauna? Don't tell me you guys canceled your honeymoon. Oh boy, how should I put this? Cody and his mom are going together. They should be boarding the plane right about now. As for me, though, I'm in the car on my way back home. What? His mom? Hold on. Cody and his mom are going on your honeymoon? Wait, that doesn't really sound like a honeymoon to me. Oh, did I maybe hear you wrong? I thought I remembered you were taking a vacation this weekend. Did I mix up your plans for your honeymoon with a different trip? Nope, you got it right. I understand the weirdness of it all must be pretty hard to digest. Honestly, I'm still in a state of shock that it's difficult to even put a proper sentence together. Let me back up and explain things how they happened, in order this time. So, Cody and I drove to the airport together in our car like normal, but when we got there, his mom was waiting for us with her suitcase in hand and dressed like a tourist. I thought, oh, well, this is a coincidence. Cody's mom is going on vacation the same weekend we are. But then Cody broke the news to me that his mother would be accompanying us on our honeymoon. I was so shocked, angry, and disappointed that I walked right back to the car and started driving. Oh my God! That's the grossest example of a real-life Oedipus complex that I've ever seen. Yuck, you think that's what's going on? Think about it. Did Cody put up even the slightest resistance to his mother coming on your honeymoon? From what you told me, it sounds like he was excited for it. And what about his mom? She's a married woman herself. She knows exactly what a honeymoon is for, and yet she still imposed herself on you? And look at what the result was. Cody and his mom now have a weeks-long vacation in paradise together while you're stuck back at home. Not to mention the fact that she was waiting for you at the airport rather than driving there together with you. To me, that looks like they both planned this all along. You think they wanted this to happen? I bet they figured that if she was at the airport waiting and ready to go, that it would be harder for you to say no to her coming along. The only question in my mind is whether they planned on you turning around and going home or if it was a pleasant surprise. Wow, I hate to say it, but you might be right. Thanks, Ellie. It's good to hear what an objective observer thinks of the situation. I see everything way clearer now. I'm glad I could help. But geez, I can't believe Cody is the type of guy that would do this. Right? I'm surprised too. Before we got married, he just seemed like an upstanding and responsible man who cared deeply for his mother. It was an admirable quality of his, or so I thought. So what are you gonna do now? Well, for now, I'm gonna go straight home, get my credit cards, jewelry, and other important stuff, and get set up in a hotel somewhere. What happens after that is gonna depend on what Cody and his mom do next. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me. Again, I'm really sorry our plans fell through, Ellie. I was really looking forward to seeing you. Oh, don't worry about it, Shauna. You did nothing wrong. You just go and do what you need to. Treat yourself to a nice dinner and a hot bath tonight. And don't forget, you have people around you who would turn at the drop of a hat to help you out. Like your parents and me. Yeah, thanks, Ellie.
Come on, Shauna. I thought that you would have come to your senses and come right back after that. Don't tell me you actually went home. Did you? Why are you so determined to avoid spending time with my mom? Don't forget, we're husband and wife now. That means she's your mom, too. And after all she's done for us, why can't we let her come along on our honeymoon? She deserves that and much more. I never thought you would be so childish as to run home and pout when things don't go your way. Well, you can have it your way. We're not changing our plans. Mom and I are going to go on this vacation. We're going to spend the whole time together, and we're going to have a great time. And another thing, once we get back, I've decided that we're going to move back in with my mom. You need someone to whip you into shape, and my mom's just the person to do it. She's going to train you in how to be a good wife who respects her mother-in-law, and you're going to be grateful for it.
Shauna, this is bad. Ellie, what's wrong? I just ran across Cody a while ago. What? And get this, you know the hotel that you two booked for your vacation? Well, the two of them have been staying there since yesterday. Together. Oh no, you're joking, right? My husband thought it might be nice for us to get out of the house for a few nights and stay in a hotel, like a little mini vacation. And since I wasn't going to be able to meet up with you anymore, we thought we'd take a little walk around the town and enjoy ourselves for the morning. But when we were leaving our room, I ran into Cody. Wow, crazy coincidence. Was his mom with him too? Later last night, he sent me a vomit-inducing text about how he and his mom were going to go on the vacation without me so they can get all lovey-dovey. Ugh, makes me sick to my stomach just thinking about it. It's kind of worse than that. He was walking hand in hand with, a much younger woman. A much younger woman? I don't know who she is. I'd never seen her before, so I can't tell you for sure what was going on. All I can tell you is that she looked like she was in her early 20s and was definitely not your mother-in-law. Oh, and my husband said he managed to take a video of them together while he was pretending to take a picture of me. I'll send it to you later. Gotcha. Thanks, Ellie. To tell you the truth, though, I actually received information about that from a source of my own. That source is working as we speak to confirm a few things. Oh, wow. See? I told you you had allies. You were totally right. The video your husband took should still be really helpful, so go ahead and send it to me when you get the chance. Gotcha. I'll have him send it to me right now. Great. I'll be waiting.
Shauna, what is this? You're divorcing me?
Huh? Oh, right. Today's the day you came home from your honeymoon. Did you enjoy your trip?
Don't dodge the issue. You're divorcing me? Why?
I think it's pretty obvious. Do you really need me to tell you?
Yes! Explain yourself! Are you still mad about the whole honeymoon thing? Is that what this is? I told you you were in the wrong for being such an immature little brat about the situation. If you hadn't been so appallingly disrespectful to my mom, we could have all enjoyed a lovely vacation. Do you have any idea how much it hurt my mom when you drove off and left us at the airport? But in spite of your awful behavior, Mom was generous enough to offer to take us into her home so she could train you in how to be a good wife. You should be kissing the ground where she walks. I can't think of anyone else who would be so forgiving and kind after being disrespected as much as she was.
If she were such a generous and kind mother like you say she is, she wouldn't have imposed herself on our honeymoon in the first place. Furthermore, she wouldn't have introduced the daughter of the man she was cheating on her husband with to her own married son.
Huh? You're not making any sense. I was with Mom the whole time we were over there.
Look, I'll save you the embarrassment of inventing some ridiculous cover story and just tell you everything I know up front. I know that your mom is cheating on your dad, and I know that you are cheating on me.
No way!
Once she knew that I would no longer be coming along, she went and called up her boyfriend and had him bring his daughter along to mess around with you, right?
But how?
I was planning on meeting up with an old friend of mine at the hotel we were going to stay at, remember?
Well, yeah, I remembered that, but you weren't there, so what does that have to do with anything?
A lot, actually. She and her husband were staying at that hotel since the day before you guys got there.
They were?
Yes, they were. And what's more, they also saw you walking around holding hands with some younger woman.
Uh-oh.
But wait, there's more. Her husband nonchalantly pretended to be taking a picture of her, but do you know what he was really taking a picture of? You and your little bimbo. They took a video that clearly shows both of your faces, which I now have in my possession.
This can't be happening.
Yes, it can, and it is happening. You've been caught, Cody.
But wait a minute, that still doesn't make any sense. You knew that she's the daughter of the man my mom's having an affair with? How did you figure that out? Who told you? You'd better have some hard evidence of that, or else you're just gonna get laughed out of court. All you have is a video of us holding hands together. That doesn't prove anything. Maybe I was just helping a blind girl find the bathroom.
Oh, that's where your dad comes in.
My dad?
That's right. The one who provided me the evidence I needed to prove that you were cheating on me was none other than your father.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'd imagine that as we speak, he's having a very loud and very angry discussion with your mother about this very issue. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in your kitchen.
Oh, no. Poor Mom. This is awful. My parents are getting divorced. Why is this happening? How did my dad find out?
Is that really the most important issue for you and your mom right now?
It doesn't make any sense. Mom was impeccable about hiding it from him. I mean, my dad usually doesn't even realize whether Mom's at home or not. She'll go out to the store for an hour, and when she comes back, he never realized she left.
It's precisely that overconfidence of yours that puts you in the position you're in right now.
What do you mean?
A while back, Mom had you plan a date with her boyfriend for her because she apparently wanted to go on a date like you young people have. You were kind enough to write it all out for her in large, easy-to-read handwriting, and Mom left that memo out on the kitchen table.
Oh, shoot, she did?
There was something odd about that date plan, though. You went out of your way to indicate that the restaurant had an allergy-free menu. But does anyone in your family have allergies? Your mom doesn't, you don't, your dad doesn't, and I don't. So why? That was the first thing that made Dad suspicious about Mom. He spent the next 6 months using various means to collect all the information he could, and that brings us to today. Come to find out, your mom's boyfriend has a shellfish allergy, and a serious one at that.
Are you saying it's my fault?
Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about our divorce.
So you're really divorcing me?
Yes, and I'm also suing you for cheating on me. I've retained a lawyer to handle the suit for me, so if you have any questions, you can address them to him.
Hey, Shauna, look, I mean, it was only during our honeymoon, that was it. It didn't mean anything. I was just bored is all. Mom went off with her boyfriend, so I was stuck all alone with nothing to do.
I noticed that wasn't a denial.
Please, Shauna, can't we talk about this?
Not a chance, you cheating scumbag!
Please!
I was already going to divorce you when your Oedipus complex reared its ugly head. This affair was just the icing on the cake.
Hey, I do not have an Oedipus complex, whatever that means.
I want to get divorced and settle our lawsuit as quickly as possible, so do answer my lawyer's calls, please. Goodbye.
Shauna!
Not only did he actively aid his mom in having and hiding her affair, Cody even went so far as to have an affair with the woman his mother threw at him, out of boredom. I think this exceeds the level of just an Oedipus complex. And yet, in spite of all that, he still tried to fight the divorce. Thanks to the untiring work of my lawyer, after 2 months of encouragement, he finally agreed to enter mediation. We settled my lawsuit against him for his affair, and he paid the whole thing in a lump sum. Now, as for Cody and his mother, since his mom's boyfriend broke up with her, they couldn't rely on him for assistance, so the two divorced cheaters ended up renting an apartment together. The mental and financial stress proved too much for his mom, who started going haywire in short order. Her overprotective nature towards her son worsened exponentially, to the point where she's screaming at him every night to quit his job and work in an office where there aren't any women. Honestly, though, between the settlement leaving him bankrupt and having to live with his psychotic mother, I don't think his mom needs to worry about any woman stealing him away from her in the foreseeable future.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.